Path. Conducting an interview after accidentally cutting my lip.
Yeah. So, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? Yeah, no, that's great.
Motivational quotes to help you with your job search. Our first quote comes from a man who just won a Golden Globe, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air himself, Will Smith. Being realistic is the most commonly traveled road to mediocrity. As Kendrick Lamar might say, it's great to be humble, but when you're setting goals, don't undersell yourself. Aim as high as you can, because even if you fall short, you're still going to accomplish more than you would have if you set a lower goal. That brings me to our next quote, which comes from the Queen, Oprah Winfrey. Be thankful for what you have, you'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. Even if you don't accomplish every single goal that you set for yourself, be proud of what you do accomplish. Don't beat yourself up over a goal that you didn't reach. Look at what you did accomplish and how far you've come as a result from it. Which brings me to our last quote from the Euphoria star herself, Zendaya. There are so many great things in life. Why dwell on negativity? Life's short. Be positive. Be thankful for what you have and be thankful for all that you will have. Every accomplishment is only what you make out of it, so keep a high head on your shoulders and be proud of whatever you accomplish, no matter how big or small it may be. Hope you all have a great Motivational Monday and follow BestLogic Staffing for more. Hi, my name is Dev Stafford and I am a marketing associate here at BestLogic Staffing. Online reviews have been a common practice for well over a decade now. You see them on every business and product listing on the online market. While good and bad reviews can have an impact on your business, did you know they can also affect your hiring process? Just as a customer would want to know about your products or services, job seekers want to know what the work environment is like. People want to be proud of where they work, and seeing an array of negative reviews might make them think joining your team is not the right career path for them. With that being said, negative reviews aren't always a bad thing. If your business has nothing but good reviews, it may appear skeptical to the average person on the internet. When something appears too good to be true, it can be a red flag for them to possibly misinterpret your business as a scam. Your representation on the internet circles around creating brand validity, and that goes for potential hires too. A big contributor to that is having a high volume of reviews for the job seeker to see. The more reviews there are, the more trustworthy your business appears online. That is why it's important to encourage anyone familiar with your business, that means both customers and staff, to write reviews on your online platforms. Your online presence helps your business on both ends of the spectrum, so make sure you are capitalizing on your opportunities. And in case you ever need more advice about the world of staffing, be sure to reach out to BestLogic Staffing. We're always here to help you build a better workplace. Since today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we're going to take our Motivational Monday quotes from one of the most influential individuals of the 20th century. For our first quote, faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. I really like this quote because whenever you're trying to achieve any of your goals in life, it's really hard to leave that safety net. Sometimes when you want to accomplish your goals, you really have to step out of your comfort zone in order to achieve them. Our next quote focuses a lot on that same idea of never giving up. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But by all means, keep moving. The whole idea of never giving up is all about facing setbacks. You're always going to find obstacles on your path to success. But as history has shown, like with Martin Luther King, in order to achieve your goals, it's all about that determination to overcome said obstacles by any means necessary. Our last quote is about how to keep a strong mentality towards achieving your goals. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. Being the smartest person in the room isn't always the key to success. The person you are is just as important as what you sound. Hope you all have a great Monday in honor of Dr. King, and follow BestLogic Staffing for more.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? I got a bit of a gambling problem, like to go to the casinos a lot. Got some really bad hemorrhoids right now. I've worked in the industry for over 10 years. I'm hardworking, I'm dedicated, and I'm trustworthy. Why are you interested in this position? Oh, I need money. No other reason. This work is something that I really want to pursue, and this opportunity would allow me to further my career in the next step that I want to move forward in. What would you say is your biggest weakness? I am terrible with time management. I'll probably show up late a few times a week. I might not meet all your deadlines, but I'll try to. Sometimes I'm too dedicated to my work to the point where, my boss has to tell me to leave because I'm still trying to finish up a project at the end of the day. So, knowing when to stop is something that I sometimes have a little trouble with. So what was the reason for you leaving your last job? Oh, my last boss was just such a I couldn't stand the sight of them, I felt like I was glad to leave. They were jerks. Spent a lot of time at that company gaining a lot of experience, but I just reached a point where I felt like I needed to make that next step to further my career, and that's what I'm hoping to do with this opportunity. Do you have any questions for me about the position? No, that's it. Actually, yes. I was hoping you could tell me a little bit about what your work culture is like here.
It's Monday, which means it's another round of motivational quotes to help you get through your work week. Our first quote comes from one of the smartest individuals to ever live, Albert Einstein. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. It's easy to become obsessed with the idea of perfection. No one ever likes to make mistakes, but what most people don't realize is that every mistake teaches you a valuable lesson. It's important to put yourself out there and make mistakes so you can build character and learn not to make them again. Our next quote comes from an author named Alex L. Work harder than you think you did yesterday. Think of it like in terms of exercising. If you do 10 push-ups today, why not try 15 tomorrow? Your success is not measured by the total number of push-ups you're doing, but rather, are you seeing improvement? Our final quote comes from author Henry David Thoreau. Never look back unless you are planning to go that way. This is pretty similar to the last message of always trying to push yourself to move forward. Success is all about momentum, and if you look back, you're going to lose that momentum. Just keep moving forward and try to achieve that next step. That's all for today. Hope you have a great Monday and the rest of your week, and follow BestLogic Staffing for more.
Well, you seem like a great candidate, which brings me to my last question. What kind of a salary are you expecting from this position? I would say I'm looking for about $65,000 a year. Well, what kind of budget do you have in mind for this position? I would feel more comfortable if you were willing to give me an offer first. If it's alright with you, I'd rather have you talk to my recruiter about salary negotiations. What's the most you're willing to pay somebody who's qualified for this position?
Happy Monday, everybody, and with the Super Bowl coming up in a few weeks, I thought today's motivational quotes could come from some of the NFL stars themselves. Our first quote comes from the man that the Super Bowl trophy is named after, Vince Lombardi. We could accomplish many more things if we did not think of them as impossible. This is a great quote because it relates to the idea of setting goals. You always have to strive to aim for the impossible. Even if you fall short, you're still going to accomplish a lot more than if you set a lower goal for yourself. Our next quote comes from Ravens Hall of Fame linebacker Ray Lewis. What's the difference between you and the man sitting beside you? It's 1%. In my business, only 1% makes it. If everyone had the same dream, only one will make it from this crowd. Who will be that one? Trying to be that 1 out of 100 seems like a tough challenge to overcome. But if you're ever going to be that one in a crowd, you have to believe in yourself that you will be. It's normal to have doubts, but if you ever want to accomplish anything, you have to believe in yourself and believe that you can be that 1 out of 100. Our last quote comes from my own personal childhood hero, the GOAT, Tom Brady. If you don't play to win, don't play at all. This is really just an emphasis of the mentality you have to have relating to the last quote from Ray Lewis. If you don't believe you'll be that 1 out of 100, you're never going to make it. Always be prepared, always be ready to take on whatever challenges that may come, because that is the only way that you're going to accomplish what you need. That's all for today. Good luck to both the Rams and the Bengals in the Super Bowl in the next coming weeks, and follow BestLogic Staffing for more.